Salutations, everybody. Welcome back to Reborn Showcase. This time, it's going to be miscellaneous, which is basically just these two items. Oh. And this one. I mean, even though it just used to be one. And furnaces. I was going to do both furnaces and upgraders until I realized truly how many there is. I mean, I'm still going to be speedrunning through these descriptions and stuff, but still, there's a lot. I mean, the Venom Shake's self-explanatory. I mean, it's a Venom Shank. And it does things to the person. The Will Infuser's really good. Especially when coupled with a Reset Infuser, so do that. And the Sword God Shrine used to be a Reborn item. And it's good. Like, this guy... die. It does that. When you hear that spooky scream, you know it's good. Here, let me use a bit of the Venom Shake, too. Come on, just end your... Just die. Just die. Just die. No! There we go. He didn't make it to his amens. I mean, he doesn't have a giant rock on his base, so that wouldn't have helped him anyway. Giant rocks, of course, are fueled by the amens as well. There's 3 items down. We got 46,000 to go. We'll start with the normal Reborns first, starting with the juice. This is my first item I ever got. It's good, by the way. You throw an iron ore on it, or use something that isn't fire. Oh no, it isn't that good. It's 10 times. That's not terrible. Then you throw fire on it. Keep in mind that adds 5k, I believe. Or does it add more? No, it adds 5k. And then all of a sudden, it's a lot higher multiplier. It actually adds even more if you have Schrodingy on it. Or have something that produces particles. This... Dreamer's Might. First, I'm going to get this. Or I'm not going to get that. This is complete bad if you're using tiny Babors, but otherwise it's 40 times, I believe, which isn't terrible. Dreamer's Fright. I haven't tinkered with this thing in a while, but I know it does that. The last time I checked, it wasn't that good. It's kind of like random at times. Depending on upgrades, sometimes it gives you negative cash. Sometimes it gives you some pretty swole upgrades. It was better than the Dreamer's Might, but you could really get screwed by it. Dark Magic. Back when it first came out, of course, I was talking about. If you don't click the thingy 12 times. If you do click the thingy 45 times. Not bad. Eternal Journey. One of the worst furnaces in the game. Why? Imagine you're doing a big bad blaster setup, or I mean, if it's for a Schrodinger setup, it's not too bad, but even then, it's still bad because if you have duplicated ores, one makes it anyway. So really, this is just terrible in every single case. It's 100 times, which is pretty bad. So bye. The Fracture. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hey, there you go. There you go. Okay. The Fracture. You gotta have range with these. It's a bit better than the Might, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it in there. Unless you have something like this, but I don't think this will work on it anyway. Come on, you gotta hear the noise. That's like the best part. I don't think I'm gonna get it. Come on. Make it. Oh. It's decent. I know that. Sage Redeemer. Something that isn't so decent. I think it's like 50 times or something, and you have to upgrade an ore like 50 billion times, which usually you do anyway. So if 50 times is good for you, which it will be if you're life 1, there's something good then. This thingy. It's like the alternative... It's like the little brother of the Anguish, except it's horrible. It's actually not that horrible. Basically, mines that don't normally work on cell furnaces would work on this. So hey, QN on a Newtonian mine's not bad. However, there is a couple oddball mines that still don't work with it. If I remember correctly, this one didn't. Well, it came getting there anyway because it's too tall. But it's alright. I mean, if that's all you have, it's good. This was the best furnace for a while. Pretty much, it does 300 times, I believe. You can't have ores with effects go through, or else bye. Depending on the amount of ores that go through this affects the amount, and it slowly goes down over time. So if you have like a Schrodinger setup and the first few ores are like great, except if you're using a Schrodinger setup with this, that's probably not happening. But Cigar Garden's good. Now, let's move on to something that is horrible. Northern Lights. 900 times if this is the only furnace you have to make a setup for. I've covered the Northern Lights enough for you peoples to know that it's horrible. It's just bad. If you get this, which second sacrifice is when you're gonna really get it, because it's rarity 1, so have fun with that. The only reason you would get it is just to have it. It's like, oh, cool. It looks cool. If it was 100,000 times, that'd be nice, though. But, yeah, it's trash. Don't use it. It's horrible. You have to make a setup for it. You have to have sparkling coal. So, yeah, good luck with that. Okay. Time to get Zambi back out. Alright. Ambrosia Fountain. I'm pretty sure this depends on how long your ore's been alive for, which if you have a catalyzed star is not terrible. And like a star loop, of course, but it's not good. I wouldn't recommend using it, and that includes the evolved one, which we'll get to later. Timeless Enchantment, trash, complete garbage, in my opinion. I mean, basically how it works is, if your ore sucks, it's going to be a good upgrade, I believe. But if your ore doesn't suck, it's going to be a bad upgrade. So it's like, what's the point? This is initial impressions, by the way, but I see no one using this furnace. Also has a weird hitbox. Like, you gotta mess with it a bit. There you go. Aether Refiner is not bad. It's 90 times. It's kind of like the Eternal Journey, but better in every single way. And I say that because it basically shields off when it detects ores, but it at least can get more than one in there if it's fast enough. And it has a shorter duration. Anguish. If you get this at life 1, you're getting to life 500 pretty fast. Because it's decent. I mean, it's going to be especially decent when I have OVG. But that gives you an idea. Coupled with this... Let's see. Coupled with this mine, or the Symmetrium, it's great. Guardian of the Gate. It's not so good. It's pretty shy. It's kind of a shy furnace, considering it doesn't want to be swole when you're on the base. But if you just, you know, go build giant rocks on someone else's base while you're not here, then all of a sudden it's pretty good. I wouldn't recommend using it. Precursor Furnace. This goes well with the Precursor Mine. I still wouldn't recommend using it. But it's decent. Also, it is probably my vote for the best looking... One of the best looking items in this game. It's like a solar panel death. Die. Now, I'm curious myself of the actual multiplier, so... You are a tiny boy. What is it? 500 times. That's actually not bad. I thought it was gonna be less than that. Oh no, not those yet. Not those. Oh yeah, yes these. I mean, this is technically the last one. You gotta feed coal into this thing, so it's easier to use than the Northern Lights, which you have to use sparkling coal, and it's horrible. This, you just have to use coal. That still doesn't make it good, because it's a less multiplier than the Northern Lights, but it's still trash. Don't use it. Eternal Fracture. It's kind of like the Eternal Journey, and a cell furnace, which makes it actually pretty decent if you use the right mines. Sage Justice. It's basically a 2% upgraded version of the Blind Justice. At least that's what I've gotten from it. Whoa, I'm getting QN. Okay, next. It's frogs. That's all you need to know. It's frogs. One of the best furnaces in the game. $200 times. And that might sound bad, because you have to click on it as well, but look at its size. That can fit in pretty tight spaces. Sage King. It's... If you hate the Sage Redeemer, you're going to hate this too. But, I mean, look at this frog. There is better options though, but it's better than the Sage Redeemer at least. Swift Justice. The Blind Justice. If you like that, hey, you're going to like this too. However, it's kind of pointless to have this upgraded, because, I mean, crap, this is getting less than the other one did, so I guess that makes the Sage Justice not too bad. I mean, this one's horrible. Alright. Now we know that. The thing is, by the time you get that, it's going to be so obsolete anyway that it needs a major buff. Speaking of major buffs being needed, Aurora Borealis. It's horrible as well. Even worse, I would say. Because it is also the worst evolved upgrade in terms of how much more you get out of it. It might be close with this, but this is actually a good furnace. This isn't. So send this off into the sky with your ore cannon as well. Ambrosia Forest. I still don't like it. Well, I still don't like it, so take this with a grain of memes. But it's the same thing. However, swolled up. So, I mean, it's not terrible, I guess. Especially if you're running a catalyzed star loop, but like I said, I'm pretty sure this would be better than that. And, you know, it's a little smaller. Sakura Falls. It's like Sakura Garden, but it's not. It's better than the Sakura Garden. Because you can take your mine and, whoa, look at the 400 times it's giving. That's my face after using it. Alright, so that's all of them. Upgraders will be, I hope, soon. We'll see. Guardians, have at it. Dead. Or, no, he isn't dead, because he's got... See you guys later. Also, if you've got everything, you might as well just get a lot of these. Because they're good. I've got that many. And still on that grind, of course. 8.4k. EZ.